reporting too. But this is video from Arizona dust storm, also known as a haboob. So we wanted to reach out to our content partners there in Phoenix, Arizona, KPNX. We have a special guest here, meteorologist Chris Dunn is here on the show. Chris, thank you for your time, man. Again, a dust storm is something we do not see here on the East Coast. Can you walk us through what you guys are dealing with and what you're seeing out there, man?
There's time, right? Well, we have a summer thunderstorm season we call the monsoon. It's just a seasonal reversal of the winds. And when these storms build up, a lot of times we get what are called dry microburst winds, where the bases of these storms are so high that there's not a whole lot of rain that comes out of these. Certain times of the year we do get beneficial rain here in the desert. But imagine this. The dry desert, sand and dust and dirt that doesn't get a whole lot of rain throughout most of the year. We've had less than 2 inches of rain since last August.
Wow.
That's a whole year with about 2 inches of rain. So it's a dry, dusty desert floor. You get a thunderstorm that builds up, and a lot of times what builds up must come back down. And so that heavy rain-cooled air rushes down to the desert floor, and it fans out in all directions. And then it picks up that dust, the sand, the dirt, everything in its path, and it creates this huge wall of dust. Now, typically, they're not quite as impressive as what we saw yesterday, but that's kind of the genesis of a dust storm here in the desert. We frequently get them during the season of the monsoon, during the summertime, but to get one as large and as impressive as the one we saw yesterday, that is fairly unusual. In fact, we were on the air yesterday making comparisons to a huge dust storm that was really well photographed and documented back in 2011. So it's been a while since we've had a huge one like that. And of course, everybody gets to see it nowadays with social media and all of the outlets that we get to see our video on.
Yeah, it looks like something straight out of a movie. We have the video. We have some video right here on our screen for our viewers to see. How long does it hang around? Is it something that sticks around for a good period of time, or is it here and then it's gone a few minutes later?
In the path of it, we were actually pretty strategic and a little bit lucky in getting them in all the right places. We were sitting waiting for it. You see in the video just that solid wall of dust advancing. It was moving at about 20 to 30 miles per hour. From the time when it moved in to when it was basically total darkness was about 30 seconds. And then it lightened up a little bit. Fortunately, with this one, we did get some rain in the aftermath of that dust storm. So that helped to kind of wash out the atmosphere, a dirty rain, if you will. So that really got rid of a lot of the dust. So by, an hour or two after the dust storm moved through, a lot of that dust had cleared. That storm back in 2011, there wasn't a whole lot of rain with that. And so the next day, there was a dusty haze hanging all across the Phoenix metro area where you could just see it hanging in the air until we got a good wind or a rain to blow that out. It was hanging around for a day. But this one was actually beneficial for us because we got the rain that we needed, and it also helped to wash out all that dust.
Are there any dangers for residents out there? I read reports about delays, power outages, downed trees. What dangers does this all pose?
At Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport is 70 miles per hour during the height of the storm. Also reduced visibility down to zero. Zero visibility was reported at several of our local area airports. So we had flights diverting to other places like Southern California and Las Vegas. They just couldn't get in here. A number of power outages. I think at one point we had 60 or 70,000 customers without power. Of course, it's all part of the damaging wind gust that comes through, knocks down a lot of trees. Trees get into power lines, transformers go out. So we had a lot of down power lines. Dangerous for driving conditions too, because imagine if you're driving along and you drive into this wall of dust and blammo, you can't see anything. So drivers are advised to turn off their lights, turn off their flashers, because if you're driving and you see someone with the flashes on, you're going to naturally follow them and you'll crash into the back of them. So driving hazards is certainly a big thing. And imagine this, Nick. You're flying into Phoenix, right? And you're looking out the airplane. You make your turn on to final approach, and you look out the left window, and all of a sudden you see this huge thing that looks like it's from the movie The Mummy, this huge dust storm coming your way. What's going through your mind at that point?
I'm scared. I'm scared, and then if I'm moving to Phoenix, if that's the flight that I'm moving to Phoenix, I'm wondering how I can get back to Charlotte.
Video from planes that were landing just ahead of that dust storm, and we were all kind of commenting in the studio when we were doing our extended coverage, and a weather impact alert yesterday for us. Boy, imagine what those folks are going through. And at a certain point, they had to cut off the flow of airplanes and send them elsewhere, and they just couldn't land. We had another crew at the airport on a parking garage looking down at the planes as they were getting ready to try to take off, but a ground hold and a ground stop prevented a lot of the traffic from coming in and out of the airport. So, yeah, kind of a crazy situation.
Man, you've been so generous with your time, man. Thank you for stopping by the show. Before I let you go, one final question: what has been the response from folks there? I'm sure there are a lot of new folks to the area, right? And what made me think of this question is here in Charlotte, we have something like 150 people move here a day. So I'm sure in the area you have a lot of folks that are new, that have not been there for a while, so they see something like this. What are some of the questions that you're answering that you continue to get?
I think the biggest comment from out of town folks or new residents here is, "Oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I what have I got myself into?" Well, now that's also in addition to our infamous heat that we have. We've had 2 days this summer at 118 degrees. So on top of that high heat, and we've had I think 37 days this year at or above 110. So we have the high heat, and then we get these tremendous thunderstorms that build up with the wall of dust. And you basically chalk it up to this is life in the desert. It's not just sunny and 100 degrees every day. We do get a variety of weather throughout the year, and it just to make things a little interesting. But I will tell you this: we have to endure 3-4 months out of the year with really intense heat and these strong storms. But 7 or 8 months out of the year, it's delightful weather. And if you ever get a chance to come to Phoenix, March and November are the two nicest months of the year. It's perfect weather. Oh, and by the way, we are more humid right now in Phoenix than Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, all right. I'll take that. I'll take that. I've actually been to Phoenix before. I went a couple of years ago. My birthday's in March, so I was told there by folks. I picked a great time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if I plan another trip to Phoenix, it's going to be a birthday trip. So yeah.
Yeah, try to avoid the dust storms if you can.
Definitely, because that is scary. Again, we have that video. We've been playing that video. Chris, man, you've been so generous with your time. Thank you so much for educating us folk here on the East Coast. I know we got some West Coast folks here, especially in the studio. Jeb, he's from the West Coast, so he's familiar with this. But again, thank you. That's Chris Dunn, meteorologist there at KPNX in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you for your time, man. Have a great day.
All right, and a shout out to my buddy Brad Panovich, too. Say hi.
Shout out to Brad Panovich. His show will be on